PEPE losing this level, so you probably come back down into about right here. Let's take a look at Purr. Purr playing this level out perfectly. This is another spot where you want to be bidding. So Purr in this demand zone right here is likely going to come back into this like $14, $15 or 15-cent range. That's going to be a huge bid spot for Purr, which makes sense because hype. See, this is why these are so important to look at your fibs. Hype had a perfect tag of the 1.618 on the breakout, right? So we've been talking about this, that this was going to play. Perfect tag. Who could have foreseen? Fibs play. Retrace. Back to range highs. So you would want to see range highs. This is this one hold on hype. So here's the range highs. You want to see that hold. If this doesn't hold and Bitcoin comes back down lower to about 95, 96K, you're probably going to see hype drift back into this major supply. Well, now it's demand because we broke through it, but that was supply. Okay. This is my bid zone for hype. If you want to get a position in Hyperliquid, which I would recommend if you're actually going to do it with size. If you're not doing it with size, just buy Purr. But if you get a pullback down into this like $25 to $27 region, that's going to be a banger play. Because on the next run up, you're going to break back out through, and then you're going to run up to these fibs up in here, $64, $65. Okay? So, anyways, that's what we want to look at on the stream. Those were the big ones. S&P drifting back down lower, naturally because of the war in Iran. The war with Iran. And yes, we are at war with Iran. I heard Vancino and Pompino say, we're not at war, we're not at war. We're just blew up their nuclear facilities. Yeah, well, you may have not literally declared war through Congress, but you're at war. Circle is still pumping super hard. This is going to be the USDC stablecoin stock, so that's good. Coinbase is retracing, so we got to see if this sticks. Coinbase had this big move, big breakout out of this region. We want to see this not completely retrace. If this completely retraces, we're cooked for the short term. If this remains bullish and tries to do some type of continuation after a pullback, you know, you fill this gap or whatever you want to call it, and then you fucking run it, that means crypto is going to follow very soon after, okay? So the two scenarios I'm basically outlining are we have a super bullish July because we get a quick flush down to 97,000, 95,000 on Bitcoin. Quick flush, run it back up in July. Cool. Worst case scenario, we bleed throughout July and August. Come back Q3, Q4, super bullish. It's also going to be hugely dependent upon the interest rate cuts from the Fed, which Jerome refusing to cut rates is obviously hurting markets. The war hurting markets. But I'll show you something with the FOMC meetings like we looked at last time. I still believe we resolve higher because hold on a second. Yeah, I think it was on the weekly we were looking at. So every time you had a red on the weekly, it was followed by a green FOMC following in a bull market. So here, every time you got red, you got a green. Every time you got red, you got a green. Every time you got red, you got a green. We got a red last cycle for FOMC on the weekly time frame. So this one we would expect to be a green to end up higher. When's the next FOMC meeting date? It's going to be July 28th. On top of that, if we get cuts July 28th, we'll see. Jerome, he's obviously preventing himself from doing it for whatever reason. Most likely politically charged, which is unfortunate. But if we do get it cut, that's going to be huge too for Q3 and Q4. If you look at the last time Trump was in office, this played out very similar to how it's playing out right now. So it's not unusual. All right. So we would go back to 17 cycle. Pumpin gets into office in the beginning of 17. He gets elected November 16, right? So Pumpin gets elected November 16, right in here. And we were pretty much up and stayed bullish, remained bullish throughout the end of the year, December 17. Okay? December 17 was the top. So that was Q4 of his first year in office. Well, Q4 of Pumpin's first year in office would be this December, right? So it's not out of the ordinary for the later half of the year to be more bullish under a Trump presidency. Same thing happened on equities. So if you take a look at equities then, it was because it was the same song and dance. He was doing tariffs. He was doing this, that, and the third, blah, 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 blah. So if we go back to here. So Pumpin gets into the office November 16. Okay. So he gets elected. January 18 top. So up through Q4. So it's the same idea. It's not that we're in a... It's not even that the timing's off. It's just shitty price action in the meantime. So you just have to sit on your hands and just be patient. That's the reality of it. Most market participants get knocked out and lose money because they just don't have the patience to stay in the game. A lot of the times, that's all it takes is staying in the game. Are you in the fucking game? Are you actually going to make it to the end, right? Oh, and there goes Bitcoin. So yeah, so you're going to see Bitcoin start to puke down to 97K at least. So let's see, where's the RSI? Yeah, look, see? But that's good because you're going to get it out of the way. So you get it nuked all the way down to lows on the RSI. And you might get the lows on the RSI from Bitcoin just coming down to like 96, 97K. So that could be the bottom. It really could be. It could be the bottom down in here. So anyways, that's how I'm looking at this. Now, how we're positioning, obviously, you're going to get that inside the Taylor's code. What I'm actually doing in terms of making money in the meantime, that'll be inside the Discord. All right? But outside of that, ladies and gentlemen, that's all we got for today. I'm going to go fucking rip the gym ski. Oh, what the fuck? Okay, I thought you guys couldn't see that the whole time. That would have been fucking terrible. All right, so let's do live scene. Mr. Producer. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I'll see you inside the Discord. Link is in the description. Link is in my bio, X bio, etc. taylorscode.com. Join the Discord. Join the network for the ultimate professional. We'll see you on Wednesday with the gentleman's code, and then Thursday with the next live stream on the update on markets. Okay? Otherwise, for those of you already inside the Discord, I'll see you in there. Ask me questions, comments, concerns, things you guys want to go over. Let's do it. All right? Outside that, ladies and gentlemen, we're done. We're out.